Yeah, here we are.
We hope you all have had an amazing Sunday. We are at my parents' house right now. We had a little pool day this afternoon, and it was wonderful. And James and I have spent the majority of this morning really talking about Isagenix and the vision of Isagenix, the vision of Isagenix 2.0. For those of you that have been really following on social media, Eric Coover and some other top leaders in Isagenix really talking about this new Isagenix 2.0. And James and I have really been, talking about the vision of this company and the vision of this team, seeing the momentum of people in Isagenix and all of you who have really worked hard in your business consistently, and the fruit that does come over time. And so we are really, really expectant of the future, really, really expectant of where Isagenix is going as a corporate team, and really as all of us in the field. And so this evening, we're going to talk a little bit about the vision of Isagenix 2.0 and celebration, and really what one of the things that we're going to move into as a team this fall, so that we're all at one in-person event, because Celebration 2020 is going to be virtual, which we're actually really excited about because it's going to be some really, really juicy stuff.
So, one thing I want to point out, and I think it's important, one, I don't even have to point it out. We all know that we're living in interesting times right now, right? Every day there are just things changing right before us, and honestly, things that may never go back to how they were. There's so many factors in the world that are changing. But one thing I want to point out when it comes to Isagenix, that as we are doing this first global celebration that's going to be live, it's going to be completely virtual. The opportunity and the landscape that I believe each one of us can partake in when it comes to taking our businesses, not just taking our businesses, you guys, but taking our lives to a whole nother level with this new initiation of not just Isagenix 2.0, but a whole new way of doing business. This is a time that I believe is truly significant. And, we're about 6 weeks out of celebration right now. And here's what we're doing. Here's what I would encourage all of you to do. I would take tonight, I would take this week. It's 6 weeks out. It's a virtual event. There can be, you could have dozens, if not hundreds of people in your own organizations tuning in on this. It's going to be Friday evening, and it's going to be Saturday, kind of midday afternoon. Okay. It's going to be tight. It's going to be power packed. And let me tell you what, it's going to be something that I truly believe is going to send shockwaves, not just through the network marketing space, but through the entire virtual business space as we know it. As we know it, you guys, that things will forever, ever be changed. And so, just kind of taking that into consideration and saying, okay, if these are significant times, how might I play a role in that? How might I step into that? Last week we talked about the Penny app. Comment in the chats. Has anybody gotten that up and running? Has anybody found it helpful just in terms of staying on task? I see some hands raised. Comment in the chats if you would, guys. Just giving some, user feedback really quickly. I know some people maybe have yet to tune into last week's call talking about it, but there's one thing. Okay, so we're seeing, Kate and or Kathleen and Jake are loving it already. Yep, he syncs to Facebook in the back office really well. And you guys, there's some things that are going in terms of updates that are taking place right now. That come celebration, it's gonna be a well-tuned and well-refined engine. But that's one of the things right then and there that we get to see exemplified of how things are changing, and not just how things are changing, but how things are enhancing. We talk every day about how Isagenix can enhance people's lives, about how Isagenix can bring more structure, more convenience, more, just a broader landscape of nutrition to people's lives. And here we are getting to experience also an enhanced lifestyle, because Isagenix is enhancing with every passing quarter and with every passing year. And so this is just one of the verticals within Isagenix that is being enhanced. And Eric has talked a lot about, how Isagenix is going, it's moving in an amazing way when it comes to being environmentally friendly. And for so much of the world. I mean, that's a really, really big deal. And it's a big deal for everybody, right? Of being a sustainable company that's, being conscious of these things, being a forward thinker when it comes to how we do business, how we have conversations, how we do these things. And so taking that, and for some, I know for me as well, these changes can sometimes be a little bit, I won't use the word jarring, but sometimes they can be uncomfortable because you're like, well, I just got used to this last system. How can I adapt to this? Or, I don't really know all the ins and outs of this new way of doing things. I don't feel super comfortable with it. And let me just say is, getting to speak, I've spoken a lot with Travis Ogden this past week personally. You guys, we are in the best of the best hands. I mean that. And there's been a lot of people that have come from different industries, that have come from different companies. And when they get to be a part of Isagenix, they are, all of them kind of chuckle and laugh and say, oh my goodness, I am beside myself. The culture that this company, nourishes, that it cultivates, but the leadership that we have leading. They're leading with integrity, they're leading with uprightness, and they're leading with each one of you on this phone's best intention at heart. And so when you think about getting up and what you're able to do, it's such a gift that we get to just even be on a phone call like this, talking about the opportunity of Isagenix, because people like Jim, Kathy, Travis, Sharon Walsh, Joshua Plant, all of these people working day in and day out on our behalf. And it's such an exciting time that we are in right now.
So, when we were talking about Isagenix 2.0, it's funny because we started this conversation, really the conversation really started happening in February, I feel like, which has happened months before then, but spending time with Eric in Australia and really getting to hear his vision for what he sees the future of this company. And Eric Coover is the son of Jim and Kathy Coover, who are the co-founders of Isagenix, and he is now the chief visionary officer. And the energy that he has for the future of this company, whether it's been, hiring Dr. Plant and having the new products that have been released, guys. BIA is a revolutionary product, and how they're enhancing all of the nutrition in Isagenix so that we can continue to be, set apart. And when you're looking at a network marketing company and you're looking at a chief visionary officer like Eric, we want to continue to be set apart. It's the products that really do captivate many people to take a look at Isagenix. They have results so quickly. We know all of this. So even from the hiring of Dr. Plant, that really began this transition of bringing into all of our lives and into the world the best of the best when it comes to product innovation. We are having, and new marketing tools are being released. And James really did a beautiful job last week of really talking about what the Penny app is doing. And honestly, what is available to all of us utilizing this and having strategic things every single day. This is all the beginning rollout of Isagenix 2.0 to make it more simple for all of us to have the success that we're looking for. And so with Celebration 2020, the very first day is going to be a lot of Eric really casting the grander vision of what this is going to look like for all of us moving forward this year. James and I have really been speaking a lot, really when the quarantine started, of how we can feel the energy in network marketing and specifically Isagenix ramping up. We can feel that the momentum and this wave that isn't yet here, but it's definitely brewing, so that all of the work is going to be compounded. And I've said this before on the call, but there were only a handful of people in Freedom Living Team that experienced the end of the wave. Ellen was here. I was here, James was here, Jennifer Higgins was here, but we experienced the end of this wave where it really was this rush of momentum, and we are going to be experiencing that again. So Celebration is a time where we encourage people to get together and in your homes, get together with your team, have these parties together to experience and to dream bigger, to talk about, what you're excited about in Isagenix, because like attracts like, and energy is contagious. So when you're surrounded by like-minded people, as you're watching these things and as you're dreaming bigger and as you're dreaming bigger for your life, it's just really, really important. And so what excites me about Isagenix 2.0 is how the access that we are going to have And the work that we've invested is only going to become more simple because they're lining things up from a product, from the marketing, and really from the vision, which we're going to hear Eric talk about once that Friday comes around. It makes me really proud to be a part of Isagenix, and we always want this team to know that you are in the best hands, that your future is safe at Isagenix. Your future, your legacy, your residual income that you're working hard to build, that it is safe, that you are in the best hands, because I know that being with Isagenix for 7 years, what matters to me and what matters to James and I as we begin to start our family in November is that the future of what we have created would continue to withstand the years and years to come. And so this call, we want you to know that what you're working towards, you may not be, to the extent of the level of success that you desire to be. I know we're not, but what we are really grounded in is that we're here to stay. And with the vision moving forward, we really see things only getting better and better.
So 2 things. One, I would love if everybody could comment in the chats one way that Isagenix has blessed or enhanced your life during these past 60 days, whether it's a paycheck, whether it's convenience and structure, maybe in a life that has lacked that, community. I want to see in the chats what has taken place, because let's be honest, there's a lot of adversity going on right now. There is a lot of things that are taking place that are out of our control, and I believe what you appreciates. And if we can take time and take a couple minutes and really acknowledge, because I know it's easy to get down in the dumps and say, oh man, I really thought I was going to be somewhere else this year. I really thought my business was going to be somewhere else. Listen, we can talk and say those stories till we're blue in the face. Mm-hmm. But I want us all to focus and say, okay, well, first off, 2020 has gone nowhere near what anybody in this world has thought it was going to be. So let's just go ahead and put ourselves all in the same boat in that regard, okay? This is just a different year than we thought it was going to be. We can't change that. Let's keep moving forward, and let's take an honest assessment and say, wow, I see, Kathy just said wonderful nutrition, paid every Monday. She's encouraged by the community. Excellent personal development from corporate. Show of hands, who feels like they've grown during the past 60 days internally, maybe in their mind, maybe in their emotional capacity, maybe in their relationships? You guys, there's some people that are not growing. They don't have the support system. They don't have the people. I saw Jacob down there also Janine said also made Jacob a believer, and he's down 50 pounds since February. Come on, guys. That's, getting people healthy. These are amazing. Keep these coming. I say this, you guys, because right now, what if you saw on your feeds, maybe just these success stories of people that were, experiencing also amazing things within Isagenix like yourself. Now, we're going into the 6th month of 2020. So I want us to all take 1 second, and I want us just to take a big, deep breath. Okay, let's all just take a big, deep breath together. And I want you to sit, and for 30 seconds, I want us all to visualize what the second half of this year is to look like for you. What you want this second half of 2020 to look like for you, for your family, for your relationships. What does your health look like? What are you saying yes to at the end of this year? What are you saying no to at the end of this year? How free do you feel? What have you let go that has not, that you've refused to let go and it's been weighing you down for so long? I think it's important that during this kind of halfway mark, we're not quite there yet, but it's, I believe that preparation is enormous and immensely key when it comes to success in any realm, whether it's a physical activity or in business. And I think visualizing has been proven by scientists, by psychologists, to be of the utmost importance of what is happening in your life. And so as we finish tonight, as we talk, I want all of us, and I encourage all of us, let's really visualize what is it that you want your life to look like, your day, your week. What do you envision yourself, making? What does your ISOPULSE say on Monday? What are, the conversations in your threads of your product users? How happy are they? How elated are they that they got introduced to this system and this product? They feel so empowered. They feel so, It feels so simple and easy and fun to them. These things, they seem so trivial when they're spoken about. So trivial. But I would argue that maybe all of us on the line could attribute to the value of visualization, right? When you visualize something positive, and likewise when you visualize something negative. This isn't about thinking about the things you don't want to happen, okay? That's very, very important. This is not about thinking about what you don't want to happen in the second half of the year. And I know, because I can do this as well. I can visualize what I want to happen. And honestly, what I'm doing is I'm just visualizing what I don't want to happen. And some of you on this line will naturally do that. And I want to encourage you to steer your mind in a new direction. To say, not do I want to not happen? What do I actually want to happen? That's good, that's life-giving. And so this again can seem super trivial, and you can leave this call and go, oh, well, that was a cool little reminder. We're almost halfway through the year. Great. But the top of the game, the Tiger Woods, the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Brady's, all of these people that are at the top of their game, visualization is one of their highest habits, one of their most important habits. And so I would encourage us to reassess right here and right now, this coming week, and maybe as we hit that 6-month mark, or closing of the 6th month, the halfway year of the year, you can already be so dead set and clear on your vision for your organization, your team, your community of people going into celebration, where you can be ahead of the curve, saying, I know where I'm going. I know what the second half of the year is looking for me. And once Isagenix comes out with all this new, momentum, this new content, this new material, this new cutting edge stuff, I'm already going to be in my vein, and I'm going to be in my lane. It takes intentionality. It takes meditation. It takes prayer. It takes, all of those things that each one of you have so deeply rooted inside of you. You really, really do. And we can get so sideswiped. We can get so distracted by things that are going on that, honestly, it's not mine to do. It's not mine to think of. I want to lead my family well. I want to steward my life well, and I want to steward the gifts that I've been given well. And so I just want to implore and encourage all of you to take time to visualize where it is you see Isagenix being, where you see your legacy going, just for the second half of the year, because I think that's so powerful and would be so unlocking for us.
Well, and I totally agree with what James is saying. And we talk a lot about how this is an energetic business. And the truth is that when you do become extremely clear on what it is that you do want, really extremely clear on the team, the champion team that you want to create around you, there is an energy that begins to form within you that is an attractive energy to the people that you're talking to. Energy, we talk about it a lot, but energy can either repulse people or it can draw people in. I mean, we have been through it all. I mean, I have been through all different types of repulsing people and attracting people and trying to figure out what I'm doing that's repulsing people.
The neon clothes.
Yes.
Like a tractor beam.
Yes, the neon clothes. Somehow it did work in my favor, but it did repulse a lot of people. But I say all that to say the power in that visualization of what it is that you really do want, the world champion team that you want surrounded by you, the product users that you want to be celebrated with their health goals, the business partners that you've attracted into your organization that are celebrating $250 extra a month or $250 extra a week or $1,000 extra a week. Guys, that energy becomes so steady and so stable. And I say this, and I've said this for 7 years, but when you know where you're going, when you know the power that lies within you because you're so crystal clear on the vision that you have for your life and you know where you're going, people automatically are attracted to that type of energy. So when you do get off of this call tonight, take the time to write down what it is that you want moving forward in your business. What specific income do you want? And really begin to visualize those things. Because when you do, there is a more confident energy that begins to take place because you're now beginning to touch it. You're beginning to see it. You're beginning to feel it. so that when you go to connect with new people, so when you go to talk to your product users and say, hey, I'd love to set up a time to show you the compensation plan, they're feeling something different from you. They don't know what's so different about Ellen or about Kathy or about Joni, but there's something different because you've decided to get crystal clear on what it is that you want. So just remember that moving forward.
And on that vein of energy, I was having a conversation with Derek earlier today, and in visualizing what I want people, when visualizing the organization and the team and the people going forward, honestly, in the business of Isagenix, in the business of network marketing, what I visualize and what I want is I want a team of physicians. What do I mean by that? I want a team, and I envision a team of just supreme helpers, of supreme people that bring value in the most direct and kindly assertive way. I want to throw out a story for you that maybe has happened to some of you, but it happened to us just a little bit ago. And we were walking into a furniture store, and there was a gentleman that right when we entered the door, he starts walking to you, right? Anybody?
James and I are like darting the
anybody
other
ever go into a car lot or a store where there's salesmen, the people that are selling obviously furniture, something like that, and he walks straight to you, and he starts having a conversation. Hey guys, we got the sale going on. We got these couches over here, half off. Yeah, we're good, man. When you're in that situation, what do you instantly tell people? Comment in the chats. Let's see if anybody is on the same wavelength. When somebody does that, do you need any help finding anything? What do you say? Let's see if anybody's catching where I'm getting. Yes.
Yes, Ellen just looked.
We walked in. Listen. We were going into the furniture store to buy furniture. Okay, we were going in there to buy furniture, and he came over, and he was like, "Hey, you guys need help with anything?" I said, "No, man, it's okay. We're just looking." Instinctually, that's what we do, right? Now, this man, I mean, he was so helpful, so great. But we as people, we want to buy things, right? But we don't want to be sold on something, right? You want to go and you want to buy that t-shirt. You want to go buy that outfit. You want to buy that car. You want to buy that whatever, but you don't want to be sold it. You want to make the decision for yourself. And so, as I'm looking at this progression, kind of in a time lapse, in this panoramic view, if you will, of the 6 and 7 years I've been in Isagenix, I'm finding that the customers now, the people that are looking into Isagenix, they're not looking for somebody that's overly helpful. They're not looking for somebody that can supply them anything and everything. And if you would agree with me, maybe you would think differently, but I like somebody that, especially when I'm going and buying something, that's helpful to a point, but then they give me my space, right? They say, hey, if you need me, just holler at me. I'm not gonna hover over you. I'm not gonna, berate you if you go over to this other couch and you start picking around. If you need me, you know where to find me. And so it got me thinking in terms of how we operate in Isagenix and how I believe that this transition, this part of Isagenix 2.0, is going more into a physician's route. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you go to a doctor, when you go to a professional, whether it's in physical therapy or whatnot, they're helpful and they're kind. They're obviously kind people, but you go to them because they're giving you direction on what they believe the best protocol or practice for you to get to where you want to be is, right? You go and the doctor says, hey, listen, you got these types of symptoms. I think you should take this for the next, 14 days. You'll feel great. If you want to go the natural route and you just want your body to, fight it off, that's cool too. Do what you need. But this would be my professional opinion. If you go to a, physical therapist, they say, hey, I'm really sorry you bummed your knee out. That's a bummer. I can give you some exercises to help you rehabilitate it. And do you guys understand what I'm talking about? That dynamic where you're not walking in and somebody's like, oh, hey, like, I'll give you 17 magazines on knee recovery right now. And I'm going to, I'll follow you around. I'm going to make sure that as you walk to the water fountain, your knee doesn't hurt. I'm going to make sure as you walk to the bathroom, your knee doesn't hurt. They give you that space. They're a physician. They're here saying, listen, I'm here to help you as you need it. and as you want it. And I believe that people that are looking now at Isagenix, they're looking for those types of people that say, hey, they know you're out there. They say, listen, I'm here. I know I'm here. And I'm looking for people that aren't just going to be, not just, I'm not devaluing the help, but what I'm challenging maybe in a slight sense is saying the assertion and saying, listen, this is what I would say. Kathy, you're telling me that you have discomfort right now. Here's what I'm going to tell you. This is what I think you should do. I think you should get a 30-day system. It's going to come with 2 sets of intermittent fasting days. You're going to get everything you need. That's going to be great. How does that sound? I think we should do that, right? It's as Aud was just talking, it's this energy that I believe is drastically changing right now. Who feels that when somebody is being overly nice, not nice, but overly nice to them, they're coming, either it's annoying or they're coming at an angle? Who feels like there's some sort of agenda? If somebody's being super nice and you're like, okay, what am I missing here? What am I being, is there something going on? So it's not that I want to devalue the helpfulness, but if we could start seeing ourselves as physicians and saying, hey, I'm being kind, I'm being gentle, I'm being loving, that goes without saying. But we're on this phone call right now because you're looking for help. That's understood. You watched a video, you're looking for help. I'm here to help you. I'm going to be kind, I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to be helpful, but I'm here to lead you to a destination. Is this making sense? So as maybe some of us are having these conversations, just try it out going forward, where if somebody's like, yeah, man, I'll think about this, or, let me do some more research. Okay, great. When you're ready to make the plunge, let me know. I'm here to help. I'd love to help you feel better, as opposed to maybe going that extra mile where I would constitute it as being overly helpful. Let them run their course, and when they're ready, they'll come back around. I don't know if that makes sense, but
so good.
It's something that I've thought about a lot.
That's so good. And we talk about that all the time, of just like wanting to be people that Herb talks about, the dog and the cat scenario, being more of a cat in this scenario than somebody who's constantly there all the time. So to close out this call, guys, the one in-person event that is still taking place that we want to really rally everybody in Freedom Living Team to come to is in Charlotte, North Carolina, October 2nd through the 4th. For those of you who are in the South, the team in Whispering Pines, in Atlanta, Georgia, in Knoxville, in Nashville, I know Derek and Melissa are in KC, but Charlotte, North Carolina is 4 hours, 3.5 hours from the Knoxville area, only a couple hours. And this is University in Action with David Wood. This is honestly, hands down, a life-changing event, because it's not a skills-based, hey, this is how you connect. It's breaking off fear mindset. It's breaking off limiting beliefs. It's taking your life, your personal life, to the next level of breaking into a new stratosphere in your own personal life, which really goes into Isagenix as well. And so James and I are really looking forward to this particular event. We already bought our tickets. We don't know if they're going to do max capacity or if they're only going to do half of the capacity, just because of, do you know?
No, I don't, but
okay.
These events will sell out incredibly fast. Why? Because people are craving to be around people.
Yeah.
And so that's why we bought our tickets months ago, because we knew that it was going to sell out.
We did know it was going to sell out, and it might not even be full capacity because of how everything is, happening right now, where they're only allowed to do half. So what we've been telling people is hey, because Celebration is free, and because you no longer have to pay to be a part of Celebration, if you haven't bought your ticket to UIA, when you get off of this call, buy your ticket. Make the point to come, because we really do believe that being face-to-face, being able to touch somebody, we're so thankful for virtual, but there's nothing that replaces an in-person event. And so what we really want to do is we encourage all of you to not just get your tickets as a leader, but you could start sprinkling to your organization to also come to UIA, because it is going to be a mindset shift of a weekend, more than just how to connect, how to rank advance. There's going to be some of that, I'm sure.
It's going to be major activation.
It's a lot of activation and breakthrough. So if you haven't bought your tickets already, we encourage you, when you get off this call, to buy your tickets in the back office so that you can procure your spot. if it isn't going to be max capacity, because we do believe that this is going to sell out. So we are grateful for y'all. Thank you for taking time on your Sunday to be here, and we will be on this call next Sunday at 7 Eastern.
All right, guys. Start of June. Let's make it a big week. Love you guys.